Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again, albeit with a croakier voice. We're back to break down the Wrestlemania campaign and help as many of you as possible to get through the road to Wrestlemania and to the main event. Now, I'm a little bit sick at the moment, so if my voice is extra croaky, that is the reason why I'm not dying yet. We're going to take you through the pros and cons of campaign, what should be the best cards to focus in right now, and then trying to finish it ourselves while showcasing the guide in full on screen. And we're going to get right into it by focusing on levels 42 to 49, as this is where most people are starting to come up against difficulty in this rarity, the dreaded right and left arrow problem, because the balance of this tier, in my opinion, is kind of out of whack. It is predominantly focused on up and down arrows with a smidgen of left and right put in there. The right arrow is being specifically difficult to get your hands on. Thankfully, the right arrows are a little bit earlier on this time, so it shouldn't affect you guys too much. And I want to give a big old thanks again, as always, to Count. He's the man who puts this guide all together, and it helps countless people, not just myself, make their way towards the campaign card, this time for the genius of the sky, Iyo Sky. Moving on to arenas 50 to 56, we move to the dreaded left arrows. And a lot of the difficulty you might face here is dependent on whether you've made your way through a lot of the milestones in Boom. Because I can tell you now, if you're struggling on the left arrow department, these two cards will be so helpful. They're gonna save you so much frustration, not just now, but later on as well. You're also helped in this section by the fact that a lot of the PLE cards, including the ones that are on the WWE SuperCard backstage area, are left arrows. So you can use those to help you with your power, toughness, speed, and charisma matches. It's around about this time you're gonna start needing super moves, unless of course you've been able to grab yourselves a couple of bits of very special equipment. Now you'll see why one of them is especially good, but I'm talking about the Ulafala in Roman Reigns' Battle Pass and Sheamus's coat, which you can get in Lights Out. There's also a bunch of additional cards coming out, but those pieces of equipment are so overpowered that they will push you through the majority of campaign with ease. Now, if this guide has helped you or goes on to help you, then hit the thumbs up button and maybe do it to help me get better, because this throat thing has been like a week now. So just one like might help my voice get back to where it was, or tells me that this has been helpful for you. And if you want to see more guides just like this or other WWE Games videos, then hit the subscribe button and turn your notifications on. You know, the little bell thing that rings when you press it. And comment down below, I want to know how many stars you've got right now in campaign. It could be 0, it could be 1764, which is the total amount you need to get Iyo Sky. And I'll be replying and hearting people at random for doing so. At this point, you're going to start moving through the down arrows. And these are a little bit easier to come up against, but you're still going to start to struggle here without super moves. Another issue facing people in campaign at the moment is the fact that the rewards have changed, and not many people are happy about it, because instead of the one rarity we usually get around Wrestlemania, you may have noticed that we've gotten 2, Valor and Wrestlemania, which means the rewards have been split, and you won't start earning Wrestlemania rewards until you reach milestone 79. What it does mean is when you start getting the rewards, they will be better, but initially you're getting no help. So my recommendation for this again is to focus on things like Boom, the Daily Streak, and relying on codes like this one. This is going to get you something people definitely need in campaign. First, you got to go to wwesupercard.com/redeem, enter in the locker code which you see on screen, Wrestlemania Legend, which will give you 2,100 super coins and a Valor Undertaker. Now, why is this Undertaker particularly useful? Well, the main reason is because there's a piece of equipment you can get in the new WWE SuperCard backstage store. Now, this isn't the most powerful piece of equipment, but it links up with Taker in a way that it makes his stats really powerful for the latter levels. You will get bigger boosts from the Ulafala and Sheamus's coats, that's for sure, but there's a guaranteed boost on the bike, which is available for 3,000 backstage points. And if you haven't used them already, there's 2 additional locker codes up here that you can enter to get 3,000 backstage points free of charge, plus some extra cards alongside it. Or you could save up for a latter time or use it on the WrestleMania PLE cards. But without doubt, the hardest part easily is the left arrows from 71 to 77. Literally 78 to 82 was one of the easiest runs I've ever had for the All-Star area, and some of those have been incredibly difficult before. This proved to be a massive pain in the backside until I managed to get my hands on some special equipment, which we're about to go through now. Now, I'd recommend you slow this video down or take screenshots of this video so you don't miss out what stats and what numbers there are. But if you do want to, you can find the dedicated guide and sheets for the community in a link I'm going to put in the description down below that goes directly to Count's guide. But now we move on to the final levels. There is one other thing to talk about, and that is a piece of equipment that is so overpowered it might have broken campaign. We're going to talk about it right now and then try ourselves to get Iyo Sky. So it's time that we segue. If you're going for campaign or you're trying to think, hey, I want to get something that's really good, a piece of equipment that is easily the most overpowered thing in the game at the moment, it is a Damian Priest. I didn't actually expect that because that's not the thing. Damian Priest is cool and that's actually a really good card, but that's not what I'm after. Okay, Damian Priest out of nowhere. Let's go. We have got this WrestleMania t-shirt. Unbelievable how good this is, because anyone who performed at WrestleMania gets a bonus from this. So this includes people going forward into the next rarity, not just now but in the future. So you know, at least some of them are going to benefit from this in the next rarity and the next rarity and the next rarity. Yeah, but it also is a massive bonus for campaign, because in case you don't know, the final campaign mission does include that infamous charisma game for the ladies, of which if you've got that piece of equipment, it's basically a cheat code. It's cheating! It's cheating! If you've been lucky enough to get one of those t-shirts and get Sheamus with that piece of equipment, you are just gonna breeze through the final level of campaign. Lyra Valkyria is someone immediately who comes to mind as who benefits from this. She's a toughness and speed card. And what I've done with this one, instead of leveling up all the way to the max for the charisma, I've done this as charisma, speed, toughness. So it gives her a toughness and speed boost, and then she gets the extra charisma boost on top of that. Final attempt to spice up the deck starts off with Eddie. It's not what we're looking for. It's this we're looking for. Ivy Nile could be very useful. You know, we've got a good luck charm when we've got 2 Otises in one pack. Now we do have 2 packs left to go, and these are the 2 biggest and best packs that you can find in campaign. Is it going to give me something that I can use? Is it going to give me a benefit like that Ivy Nile, or is this literally a pointless exercise? Because it does give you equipment, that is one good thing, but it needs to be perfect. Well, good thing I've got the Valor equipment, because the sweatbands would not be great. However, the next card is the WrestleMania card. Oh, Jordan Grace. What? I am the table. With a table. I think that is all going to be good for the last level. Knee pads for Valor. What is the WrestleMania? Oh, yes. Even if this isn't really going to help me in campaign this much, it's a banger. Alexa Bliss here comes to support. Brandy Roses doesn't really help me, but Alexa Bliss is a good card. Again, helpful for now, but for the future, absolutely. Big time game there. F3 Alexa, F3 Jordan Grace, F3 Ivy Nile. We're just fortifying everything to the max. I do want to get that last rarity draft pick though. There it is. Final rarity pick before we get on to those levels. Kevin Owens. It is a dupe, but it is what it is. Oh, we've got another one. Hello.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
Hello. Yo, that's good. That is good. That is charisma. Thank you very much. It is a pro Cody Rhodes. Okay, now that is a banger of a final pick. Thank you, RN Jesus. Woo! The final 2 levels of campaign coming right up. There is a male power match, a female tag toughness match, and a male tag charisma match. The first match is actually incredibly easy. I can just use one of these Sheamuses and I get the win. The second match, Cody Rhodes, and put on the WrestleMania t-shirt. He has 88,000 charisma. I might be about to get through this match without even having to as such look or glance at a super move, because I can then go to this WrestleMania t-shirt and put it on Roman Reigns as well, which also means he is Overpowered because he wrestled at WrestleMania in the main event. So match number 1, Sheamus sorted. Match number 2, we're going to be tagging up both Roman and Cody, which should get us the 192,000 stats needed to pass that. The ladies, Tatum Paxley and Lara Valkyria, have to be 183,000, which means they need to both hit 80,000-ish stats. Is that possible? We're about to find out. The first question is, can we win the power match? Yes, I believe we can. Yo, they've updated the stage. Okay, so we've got the toughness build, so that's going to be just around about 200,000 to get that. I didn't even notice that. That is bloody awesome. Okay, so now we have the final match, whether this is going to be enough to hit 196,000. Let's see whether Cody and Roman can do it. I'm pretty confident they've just done it. We should find out. We've got the power for the speed. Is this enough? I don't think it is, you know. Oh, okay. It is not enough. So I've actually got a different idea. I'm gonna bring in Mrs. Rhodes. Yep, that does it. That is a big old dub. Boom. Didn't even need a super move for that one. Now, the first match requires us to beat 168,613, which you could actually do quite easily by just putting Sheamus and Roman without a tag. The question is, if you don't have that, what do you do? Well, the options you have is you could use the Battle Pass cards from Duel or Legion. So if you had Roman, you could tag him with LA Knight. Or, more likely and more beneficially for everyone, is to use the mouth guards on someone like Stone Cold Steve Austin to give them the boost in charisma. Because the second match for the ladies is 214,605. It's a lot. So you might need that boost from Stone Cold Steve Austin, or if you've got the card already, which could be Roman or Sheamus, to tag with them and give you a boost because Stone Cold is proccing in toughness and charisma. If you've got neither, you're gonna have to wait until either better equipment comes out or stronger cards come in. You might even need to invest in the backstage area to get yourself a Damian Priest or a Drew McIntyre. That's if you want it done before the tier ends. Again, you guys could just wait, if you're struggling with that, until the end of the rarity, where no doubt they'll be throwing cards left, right, and center of people to try and get them to finish campaign, as they always do. So my guess for who would be best to take on would probably be another Sheamus, because the final match is a absolute corker. You need to hit 317,065, which requires a super move at least. Shall we say the first attempt is going to be, what should we call it? Brute force. And this is going to require us to, first of all, get Kevin Owens in there. We're going to need to keep Roman Reigns in the very beginning for the first match. So we're going to have Sheamus and Roman to brute force the first match. We're going to have should we have charisma? I think we'll go for charisma for the manager, with those 2 pieces of WrestleMania t-shirt equipment to buff up Liv Morgan and Lara Valkyria. Although to reach 214, it might be too difficult to do that. We'll have to wait and see. But what I do have is the universe and the table to make it possible. Is this a one and done? Is it as easy as people are saying? We shall find out in the WrestleMania main event. So I'm being told that I should go for Roman and KO first, which would beat the first level requirement, and then hit with 2 Sheamuses despite not actually tagging. Apparently, it's going to be enough. We shall have to see. Oh, we've got the stunner and the proc. So that proc's going to carry over now into our final match, which is 4,000 extra stats on top of the 2 Sheamuses we've got already. We need 214,000. I think we need to use the support. That backstage Liv is coming in clutch. And there we go. Match number 2 done. But is the super move enough? 200,000 each. That is 400,000. Guys, we haven't just beaten this. We have crushed it. We have literally put it on the floor like an ant to a boot and squished it into the ground. This has been a squash match. This is Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. This is The Undertaker versus John Cena. An absolute whitewash. Final level, the easiest I've ever had it. Story over. But here we go, the number 1 ladies card in the tier. Say hello to Iyo. Say hello to Voice Crack. Say hello to the Women's World Heavyweight Champion, Iyo Sky, number 141. Doesn't it look? I mean, literally at level 100, it's already better than anything else I have. Because you've got that WrestleMania t-shirt, she's already the best card in the game. So now let's go and get the variant done to get the true final stats of this card. Going from 50-ish thousand to 65,000. Iyo Sky with the WrestleMania t-shirt has better charisma than a card that is designed for charisma, the Liv Morgan. She has better speed than 2 cards designed for speed, and better toughness than a card that was designed for toughness. Checking out a couple of images. Oh, we've got Masked Iyo. I think this is the winner. She doesn't have too many variants. A lot of the cards are the same. So I think, personally, we're going for Masked Iyo. Big thank you to Count, as always, for the incredible guide. The spreadsheet is available, and I will link it in the description down below to go and check it out. But the secret to campaign for this rarity, and it seems like going forward, are these pieces of equipment, whether you get them from the Battle Pass, from the SuperCard store, or whether you get them from special edition limited time events. These are the things that are going to get you through campaigns. Otherwise, you're going to need to rely on things like Daily Streak. Things like that are going to be essential. But one other thing I think is essential is you check out how to unlock those special WrestleMania cards, including Liv Morgan, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, or Damian Priest. Or alternatively, go down to this video down here so I can rest my voice. This is the latest on the channel, and I am now going to sleep. Have a good one. Bye-bye.